Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point.
must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, nanyị nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All these we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome. Thank you. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme.
And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back.
We are live and we are direct. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. I tell you the truth. I don't care who you are. I don't care
who you are. I have become your last bus stop. And said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra come.
And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone that have connected to this very program, any place you are joining from. If you are connecting from Biafra land, you are connecting from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, whichever part of the world you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I appreciate you. Please, as you join the platform, please kindly share the broadcast. Share the broadcast on your WhatsApp group. Share it in any group you belong. Share it. Share it to your family and friends. Share it and reach out. And also like the broadcast. As you enter, you like. Click like and share. As I always remind you, click like and share. That is the way we can be able to overcome the algorithm, because they are trying as much as possible to hold us down so that we cannot be able to spread our message, so that people cannot hear us. But when you are sharing and you are liking, you are actually fighting the battle on social media. You're actually making us to go viral. You're making us to get the information across to people who need to hear it. So please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, kindly share the video in your platform, in your WhatsApp group, and also like. Today we have come once again. So many of you who are joining me here joined me when I was broadcasting in my sister's platform. You know, my sister Linda TV show. When I was in her platform, we are discussing some very, very important issue. Some of you were there with us, and we trashed out so many issues. And today, once again, here am I on my own platform doing the needful, still speaking on the same issue, still trying to educate my fellow Biafrans and continue to inspire my fellow Biafrans, continue to encourage my fellow Biafrans on how to go forward. This is a place where we come together to encourage each other. We come here to inspire each other. We come here to push forward our agenda. That is what I do. I don't come here to blackmail, to fight against any individual, or to blackmail anybody, or to preach hate speech, or to push out any propaganda. What I do here is to set the record straight. Say it exactly the way it is, so that my fellow Biafrans, we know that the time that we are in. As you look at the topic I chose here, I said time for everything on the planet Earth. There is time for everything. There is time for everything on the planet Earth. The Bible also made us to understand that for those of us who are Christians, there is time for everything. And every one of us must pay attention to the time that we are in. It is very important, very, very important that we pay attention to the time that we are in. This is a time, very important time, a time that every Biafran must pay attention to, a time that we must have to pay attention to and continue to do that which we are supposed to do. It is a very sensitive and critical time. A time to liberate Biafra. That is the time that we are in. The time of liberation. The time of liberation. There is a time for everything. As you see, there is a time for peace. There's a time for war. There's a time to sleep, a time to be awake. There's a time for you to rejoice and a time to be sad. This time around is a time for us to liberate Biafra, a time for liberation. That is the time we are in. It is not a time for slavery. We are not in the time of slavery. We are in the time of liberation. And you must have to stand up and begin to liberate yourself from every captivity, every spirit of slavery that is holding you down. This is the time for you to key in into this time of liberation and liberate yourself from that thing that is holding you down. Whatever it is that is holding you back to stand up and fight for Biafra, this is time for you to liberate yourself. A time to liberate yourself from that chain that is holding you back for fighting for your freedom. A time to liberate yourself from that very thing that is making you to begin to look another way. When people are talking about freedom, you are looking at the other way around. This is the time for you to liberate yourself. The Biafran liberation has started. It is a very sensitive time, very critical time, a time that you must be security conscious any place you are. You pay attention to your environment. It is not a time to gossip. It is not a time to begin to think about what Mr. A says or what Mr. B says. It is a time that you have to ask yourself, what are you saying? What are you doing for the liberation? A time for every one of us to begin to ask ourselves question. What are you doing for the liberation of Biafra? As you are watching the video, today, ESN fundraising will be held. People are going to come out to sponsor the ESN. Already, people have started making that donation already. This is the time that we're in. A time for us to equip the ESN, equip our security on the ground, equip the volunteers on the ground to defend Biafra land. This is that time. A time for every Biafran to put together anything you know you can do to contribute to the actualization of Biafra. This is the time for you to do it. It is not the time to gossip. It is not the time to begin to think of what to do and what not to do. It is not the time to begin to talk about irrelevant things. It is the time to focus on our freedom. That is the time that we are in. And I want you to pay attention to that time. Because the people that have laid the foundation that we are following, Mazen Nandekan, who laid the foundation, is very mindful of time. That is why most of the time he tells you what will happen, when it will happen, and it all happens. Everything that Mazen Nandekan have spoken about has happened in our own lifetime. They have all happened in a lifetime because he's working with time. And today, you see our spokesperson, Mazen Samonekwa, working with the same template that Mazen Nandekan have given, building on that foundation. And we are following time. You must pay attention to the time. This is a very critical time, a time that you must have to be security conscious. If you are in Biafra land, you must pay attention. Pay attention. We are counting days, 127 days to go. 127 days to go. Any place you are in Biafra land, pay attention to the time that we're in. You must key in. So many of us already are beginning to ask questions. How possible is it? How is it going to happen? I have told you time with that number. Stop trying to figure out how it's going to happen. All you have to do is to key in. Stop trying to ask and figure out how is it going to happen? How is it going to be possible? What you will ask yourself now is, what am I going to do to make sure that our dream of achieving Biafra in the next 27 days happens? Ask yourself, what are you doing? What is your own contribution? Every one of us that is confessing that date, we are doing something already. A lot of things have been done on the ground. But you, that is part of the Biafra, ask yourself, what are you doing to make sure that this freedom we are talking about comes through? Because the freedom is not only for us. It's not only for me. It's not only for Mazen Nandekan. It's not only for Mazen Samonekwa. Not only for the autopiloters. It is for every single Biafran, wherever you are on the planet Earth. This freedom is going to affect you. That is why you must stand up, pay attention to the time that we are in. A lot of things is happening. The Janjaweed are no longer relenting. They have brought war upon us. The Janjaweed have brought war upon us. And we must stand up and defend ourselves. We must defend ourselves by all means possible. If you know what you will do to defend yourself, you must have to do it now and not tomorrow. The Janjaweed we are dealing with, they are stubborn. Stubborn Pharaoh is whom we are dealing with. And I tell you, you must not put your faith in the politicians. You must not put your faith in the lawyers. You must not put your faith in the court. You must not put your faith in the United Nations. Put your faith on yourself and Chukwu Kabiama. What you can offer, what Chukwu Kabiama will do, that is where you put your faith. Stop hoping on the court of the enemy. The court of the enemy will never give you justice. The court of the enemy will never free Mazen Nandekan. The court of the enemy will never, ever listen to you and I. It is what you do. It is what I do that we force the court of the enemy to obey that which is right. Today you have seen the way they are playing with the case of Mazen Nandekan from one angle to the other, playing with it. And let me tell you, the only people that understands the language of this caliphate, the only people that seems to understand what is happening are the people who have seen it firsthand, people who have seen the terrorists firsthand, people who have been kidnapped, and luckily they narrowly escaped. They narrowly escaped through the iron needle. These are the people that we understand what we are saying today. When we are talking about defending Biafra land, by all means possible. When we are demanding for the release of Mazen Nandekan, by all means possible. It is only those who has been able to face these terrorists that will understand it. That is why you must listen to what we are saying. The terrorists are going to take over the Zuluka Republic. They are planning seriously. They are not relenting. They know very well. They know very well that the Biafran land is locked. They know very well that Biafrans are not ready to give out their land. Today, they want to bring war upon the Biafran people. And they are preparing heavily. If anybody is telling you otherwise, that is a deceit. Take it from me today. What I'm telling you, the terrorists are preparing heavily. They are bringing war upon us, and we must not sit back. We must not sit back. A lot of things are happening. If you are not standing up to fight along with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that means you're not living on this planet. You're living in a different planet. But as usual, you know, the mentality of the black people, instead of them learning from other people's experience, they are expecting for it to happen on them. So many people are waiting for the event to happen in their own life before they can be able to key in. But no matter what happens, we will continue to talk. We'll continue to shout on top of our voices. We'll continue to speak. Those who have voice will continue to speak. It's left for you to either listen or continue to wallow in your silence and wallow in your ignorance and wallow in your wickedness. The earlier you open your ears and listen to the messages that are coming, the better for you. Whatever you say you believe in, it doesn't matter to us. What matters to us today is the freedom of Biafra, the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And it is only Biafra and Biafrans that will give Mazen Nnamdi Kanu the freedom that he deserves. Get that in your head. What will give Mazen Nnamdi Kanu the freedom that he deserves is Biafra. That is why, as we are demanding for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we call everybody to begin to pursue Biafra struggle. If you know the way you can support Biafra struggle, today is the time. There's no more time. This what I'm saying is just a reminder. Whether you join or you don't join, whether you support or don't, we cannot step out. We cannot stop. Just as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us, we have crossed the Rubicon. We have reached to the land of no return, and there is no returning back. No returning back whatsoever. We are moving ahead, forward ever and backward never. No matter the blackmail you see, no matter the propaganda, we are going to move ahead. I want to play a brief video before we go on.
Not because he's an Igbo man.
Listen.
Nnamdi Kanu represents Lazarus. And the federal government of the day represents the rich man. We have seen that they are maliciously, wickedly maltreating the young man. But I want to say that even those in government will die. Those in judiciary will die. And Nnamdi Kanu one day will die. But what you sow is what you reap. So we don't behave as we own the world. We don't own the world.
You've heard it. This is a message from somebody who have seen it firsthand. This man, you see, this prelate, you see, has been kidnapped. He have seen the kidnappers with his own eye, the Fulani terrorists. He have seen them. He has met with them. He was the prelate that paid 100 million before they released him. And he saw that. And Chukwu Okeme released him to come and tell us what he's telling us today. You see him? You see him what he's saying? That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu deserve his freedom. If you think that you will take the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and survive, all of us are going to die someday. All of us are going to die someday. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fine. The only people that can be able to stand up and speak up in the public for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu are the people who has met the terrorists one-on-one. This man brought a message and told us that the Fulanis are waiting for time. They are only waiting for order. The man that just spoke now, Fulanis told him to his face when they kidnapped him. The time they kidnapped him, this is a prelate. Every of us saw the video. When they kidnapped him, they told him to his face that they are waiting for a time for them. They're waiting for order. As soon as the order is given, that everybody is going to go down. He brought that very information. Many of us saw it, but we never take it into heart. Today, you see him speaking boldly, asking for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Only those who have seen death face to face, who has met these terrorists, can be able to tell the story of what they saw. Not all these people parading themselves as whatever. When you talk, they think you are making noise. They think that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doesn't matter. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the reason why some of them are still alive today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the reason why so many people are still alive in Biafra land today. It is because of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is the reason many people are still alive and breathing today. He has been fighting from all angles, fighting from all corners. He established the ESN to protect you and I. And this man that spoke today confessed confessed to it that the work of ESN, he confessed, he has been kidnapped. And when he was kidnapped, they were trying to blackmail ESN. He told them that IPOB has nothing to do with this kidnap. It is the Fulanis. They spoke in a language that he understand them. They were speaking Fulani. And they told him to his face that they have occupied all the forests and they are waiting for order from their masters and they will overrun everywhere. It is people that have seen it firsthand. They are the people that can be able to come out boldly in the open and talk about Mazen Nandekan issue. I want to play another video for you. Another person who has seen the Fulani terrorists. Another person who has met insecurity face to face. He has met insecurity firsthand. He has met insecurity. He has met with the ESN themselves. What he had to say. Watch.
So 4 vehicles, people were brought out of the vehicles. And when I came out of the vehicle, my driver collapsed. I had to drive the vehicle going to Owerri and coming back to
Out of fear?
Yeah, out of fear, he collapsed, he passed away. Well, as soon as he saw people with weapons, that was the end of the news. So when I came out of the vehicle, a man walked and looked at me. He said I should come over here. And I followed him. Another person came out. I said, are you Shivdan Olas? I said, yes. He said, God will bless you. I said, why? He said, because we watch you on television. You have been defending our master Nnamdi Kanu. I said, I'll continue to defend him until I die. That he's the summary of all the problems Igbos have in this country. If Nnamdi Kanu is released today, it is more important to me than any Igbo man or anybody being president of Nigeria. Because that boy represents the summary of the oppression, the whatever, the shortcomings of our people. A boy who was born only in 1966 took that risk of life to talk for our people. You may not like his methodology, but what he does represents 99% of what Igbos are passing through in this country. But he's in jail. Not many people remember that Nnamdi is in jail. And I pray God that nothing happens to him. Because if anything happens to him, this life, I'll put it on the line again. I pray God that nothing happens to him. So what I'm saying that in that journey, they told me to go that nothing will happen to me. I told them that my driver is already passed away. And they gave me somebody. But I told them, there are a lot of killings going on. They said, oh God, we don't kill anybody. Hausa Fulanis who are killing people. And that is why we are making sure, searching every vehicle to make sure that they don't infiltrate our place, that we don't kill anybody.
Interesting.
And I believe that.
All
so
right.
one of their fellows followed me to Owerri, and I saw what Hope was in, and I came back, dropped him, and I went back to Enugu.
All right, let me come up with, I mean, this follow-up question is very important. I mean, having...
You have heard this man. These videos I played were 2. The 2 videos were confirmation of 2 different things. One of the videos had an encounter with the Fulani herdsmen. He paid 100 million before he was released. And they told him to his face that they are about to take over Nigeria. They are about to run over Nigeria. That they are just waiting for orders. The prelates. I played the video now. And you see him asking for the release of Mazen Nandekan because he knows what Mazen Nandekan stands for. The second person is another person that came in encounter with the ESN. They protected him. They told him to his face that they don't kill innocent people. All they are doing is to protect the land, which was the original aim of Mazen Nandekan establishing ESN. The very first time he established ESN, he said their responsibility and duty is in the bushes to protect our farms, to protect our farmers, to protect our mothers and sisters who are being raped by Fulanis and killed. That same mission is what the ESN are carrying out up to today as you're watching this video. That is what they are doing. But you see, in the southeastern part of Nigeria, instead of the politicians to support them, they are fighting against. This is a man, the only man I have seen who has come to the national television to speak emotionally about Mazen Nandekan and said it before the whole world that if anything happens to Mazen Nandekan, he will put his life on the line. He doesn't mind. He will put his life on the line. Again, he used that word, again. That means this man must have been a Biafran soldier. He has fought before and he's ready to fight again. The time that we are in, is a time that every one of us must be ready to put their life on the line for the restoration of Biafra. Mazen Nandekan put his life on the line, put the life of his family, gave his parents. The time that we're in is the time for every one of us to put our life. You see people already putting their life on the line. That is the time we are in. You see the prelate. After the prelate survived from the hand of the terrorists, he saw them firsthand. He heard from them, and he has known in a firsthand. He has known that the terror that we have in that Zuluka Republic is the Fulanese. The terrorists, they are the people you have to be security cautious about. There are the people that when you're talking about national security, they are the people you have to be concerned about. The prelate confirmed it. And today you see him asking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu without minding what will be the repercussion, putting his life on the line. And you saw the other man that spoke, saying it openly, that if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, he is going to put his life on the line. That is the time we are in. A time for every Biafran to be ready to put his or her life on the line. That is the time we are in. We must have to give Nnamdi Kanu freedom. And the way we are going to give Nnamdi Kanu freedom is by giving him Biafra. Wherever you are watching from, any place you are listening from, prepare yourself for what is about to happen. We are counting 127 days to go. 126 days. Already declaration have been made. Memos have been sent on the ground. And things are, as you are watching this video, things are happening already. But you are going to be starting seeing effect from November. You'll be seeing it openly. November, we are talking about it just tomorrow or next tomorrow. You begin to see things. You begin to see things you have not seen before. You must have to pay attention. Be ready to pay the sacrifice for your freedom. Be ready. You will not know how important it is for you to be free and prepare yourself, except when you come face to face with the terrorists. If you have witnessed it, nobody needs to preach to you. I want to play another video of somebody that has a first-hand experience of the terrorists. Let us hear for you to know
good afternoon.
Kedu ihe mere yes ogo na ogo na-aga ababa actually ime ihe mere a na-enweta information na ịbụ one of the victim ndị kidnappers kidnap yesterday. Gwagodo anyị otu oshi wee mee.
Well, yesterday the first time I'm not kidnappers, but I'm the kidnappers were this type of network that was yesterday. But had made an attack. Eshimuke Lajere Enugu Rute Opi Junction. Uma my friend Barrister Foster Ugoke, of Executive Secretary to the Governor on privatization and commercialization. So we home with them with two other persons. One of the persons Munai from Ukebo Boyud, Okanonimo here now with Foster, okay, with one other barrister. So I ain't trying to know bank at time. By any route to the army checkpoint in within Upi. We are discussing so many things. We are friends. My route is Reba and Kubezoku insecurity in Nigeria. We are discussing about insecurity and then how it is affecting our people. We are talking about once in the police in Reba, you may end up falling a victim in the kidnappers. As if we know the kidnappers on you. It means now about that some pools away from Benue checkpoints, military mobile police checkpoints. Nuegbe. Kainuri the Egbe. First I wanted to speed up because he was the one that's driving us. All of a sudden, I hold some other persons, Shinimo here now after. Now Badikwe. He wanted to reverse. What on is the motor called reverse? Another vehicle, Shori Lakwaz, blocked him. And the guy now Chokaila Shiaza, another vehicle, another boys, Shkonimo here, Mafta Pana Badikwe. So we were now caught up in the middle of those people. So we don't have options other than to come down and surrender. So we were apprehended by Ebony Moya. They carted away with our phones, our bags, and so many other valuables. We trekked like, I can't even measure the distance, but we covered more than 10 to 15 kilometers.
We have gone far.
I carried anymore here. I got here like 2 rivers. And then the whole of those bush, the swampy.
Yes.
And then after a very long trek, they said we should come down.
Sorry, I couldn't get the complete confession. But why I am showing you all this, these are things that are happening recently. You know, when we are talking about what is happening in Biafra land, people will take it for a joke. They will think that we are making it up if you are not giving them an evidence. This is another person who encountered the terrorists. And you have seen him confessing about the terrorists. And the terrorists you are talking about in Biafra land are Fulanis. They are Fulani terrorists. But the saddest thing you can see is that even in our Biafra land, you will see our governors. The people they tag as enemy is our people. They don't tag any other person. Seludo, remember Seludo came out and told you that the whole criminal he had been catching since he entered into power, that they are all Biafrans. Seludo said that every criminal he has arrested since he came to power, they are all Biafrans. He said it on national television. That is to show you that these people are not there for you. The time for us to liberate Biafra is now. There will be no election in Biafra land. And in that no election, we are going to retire every single human being, every single politician in Biafra land, we are going to retire them. We will retire every politician in Biafra land. Somebody was telling me to add my WhatsApp number. I'm not using the WhatsApp number now. I'm going to activate it later, but I'm not using the WhatsApp this for my broadcast. You can only follow the link. If you want to join the broadcast, you can follow the link and come in. Follow the link and come in and make your contributions. But for the WhatsApp, I'm going to introduce the WhatsApp maybe in time to come. But now, I'm not using the WhatsApp broadcast for now. So as I was saying, these politicians, they are not there for you. Neither are they there for me. The time that we are in is for a time of war. The war, they have brought it upon us already. It is not a time for peace. It is not a time to dance around. It is not a time for your chieftaincy title. It is not a time to celebrate. It is not a time for you to go and take title. It is a time for you to defend your land. That is the time that we are in. A time to defend Biafra land. That is the time that we are in. The time for us to defend Biafra land is the time that we are in. So if you have not started, you better wake up and start fighting and defending Biafra land. If you have not joined, you better join. Today, we are going to have the ESN fundraising. Begin to go there, make your contributions. There is something that everybody has to do. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility. Don't tell me there's nothing you can do. Everybody has something they can be able to do to make sure that Biafra comes. As we are preparing, waiting for Biafra, marching into Biafra in 27 days, we have started counting. Start making your contribution. The few videos I have played is just to show you proof of what is about to come and what is happening, and the people, what they are saying and what they are doing. It is the responsibility of me, my responsibility, and your own responsibility. It is our collective responsibility to make sure that we bring Biafra to free Mazen and the camp. From every indication, the Janjaweed can never, ever obey their own law. And we have already known it, that they don't obey their law. They don't obey their own law. They don't. If you are waiting for them to begin to, they don't obey their law. They don't. So you better not put your hope in their law. Do not put your hope or your trust in their court. I say it again and again. Don't put your faith in the court of the enemy, because they will never, ever do anything to favor you. If you're one of those who is still having that dream of somehow that the enemy is going to favor you, stop having that dream. It's not going to happen. And for those of them who are claiming to be obedient, those of them who are talking about election, those of them who are talking about a better Nigeria, I am going to play one video. This video was made by one of the people who is talking about one Nigeria today. This is to show you how corrupt these people are. How people who claim to be intelligent, they claim to be intellectual, but they have nothing in their brain. They are all deception. I am going to play video of one of the people who came out on the national television to tell us that Nigeria can never ever work by all means possible. But today, that same man is there supporting P2B after he has said the truth. Today, he has gone into deception. He has swallowed into deception. He is one of the spokesperson of P2B talking. I am talking about nobody but Dele Farotimi, our brother from the Southwest. Delefaro to me came on national television and told us how Nigeria can never survive. It doesn't matter who you put in charge. After this knowledge that he has today, he is peddling lies, either for his own selfish interest or for his belly or whatever. I can't understand. But I'm going to play that video for you. This is to show you the deception, the depth of deception, and why you must not listen to anybody. All you have to listen to is your conscience. Believe in Chukwu Abiyama and pursue your freedom. If you are from Oduduwa land, begin to pursue Oduduwa by all means possible. This is the time, because the terrorist is about to take over. If you're a Biafran, follow your people. They are about to take over. Follow Biafran struggle with all your strength, with all your might. This is the time. Do not listen to any information except your region. This is the time for us to pick up the fight and fight the good fight once and for all. Hear this video. Listen to this man once again. Let's hear him.
Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Delefaro to me up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20 of me, 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10, and then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. We shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023 and force him to operate the 1999 Constitution. Complete waste of time. Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 Constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document. It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat. Our rulers are actually very intelligent when they care to be, especially when it comes to their own preservation. And I know as a fact that they're already making noises about restructuring in Abuja. The Mace Snatcher and the Lawan and that one that calls himself Baja, all of them are sat there running helter-skelter, cobbling together some lies that they intend to sell to us as constitutional, what do they call it, amendments. Let's be clear. You cannot continue to build on top of lies. You can't sustain that lie. And as long as justice is missing in a place, you continue to have strife. We need to tell ourselves the truth, and that truth is that the closest we can come to normalcy in Nigeria is to have a return to the original agreements that founded this country. Those agreements are very clear in their fundamentals. One of them, federal system. Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a...
You see why I played it? I don't want to continue to listen to this man because he is as senseless as he is describing. Could you believe that this man, after saying all this, he said, today, he is one of the people who is the spokesperson of P2B. After this man have said that no human being can make Nigeria work with the 1999 Constitution that they are using, this man said it with his own mouth. And today, this same person is promoting P2B under the 1999 Constitution. You see why we are different with these people? You see why we are different? You see why Mazen Nandekano is different? He doesn't only point out the problem, but he pursues the solution. Every single thing you are doing, everything we are doing as Biafra is legitimate. We are fighting for the just cause. And every single one of them know about it. They know that we are fighting for a just cause. But what do? Instead of them supporting that which is good, they are all promoting evil, supporting evil for their own selfish interest and fear. For the fear of the unknown, none of them can have the balls to stand up and pursue the end of the destruction in Nigeria. They can't. The only people that is bold enough to take that bold step is the IPOB. IPOB, registered by Mazen Nandekano under the deputy of the autopiloted IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike himself. Autopiloted IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike himself under the spokesmanship of Mazen Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazen Nandekano. These are the only group who are bold today, not yesterday. Today, these are the only group that are bold enough to take that bold step and continue to pursue the agenda of Mazen Nandekano, which is Biafra, without looking backwards, without flinching an inch, without bothering what you are saying on the other angle, without focusing on any distraction. Only the IPOB established by Mazen Nandekano, autopiloted under the spokesmanship of Mazen Simon Ekpa, the Biafran spokesperson, and on leadership of Mazen Nandekano. These are the only group that have seen the problem. They saw the solution and they are pursuing the solution earnestly without looking to east, west, north, or south. Anything short of that is fake. Anything short of that is fake. Could you imagine, after a man have said what this man said, yet this man today is promoting P2B? In case you didn't hear him well, I want you to listen very carefully to the first statement this man is going to make. Then you begin to ask yourself, why must you ever talk about one Nigeria? Why must you ever support anything called election and the people involved in this? This is how every single one of them is a liar and a deceiver. Every single elite you see in Nigeria who claim to be intelligent and brainy, they are all deceivers and liars. Hear this man clearly what he said. Hear him clearly.
Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Daily Faro me up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20 of me, 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10, and then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. We shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023 and force him to operate the 1999 Constitution. Complete waste of time. Indi Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 Constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document. It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat.
Did you hear this man? If I meet this man on the road and call him a fool, he will get angry. This man said, anybody who is hoping and thinking that 2023 election is going to change Nigeria, that election 2023 is going to change Nigeria, that you are a fool. This man said it. And today, this same man who said that you call anybody who think that 2023 election will change Nigeria a fool, he is campaigning for P2B. This fool that we just listen to. You see, that is why social media is very, very good. We don't forget, we keep your record for you. You see why you must not listen to all these clowns, all these people parading themselves as elite. You see them speaking jargon, speaking grammar. You see them speaking very eloquent. You think they have something upstairs. They have nothing in their brain. This man, in his own word, called himself a fool. But if you meet him tomorrow face to face and call him a fool, he get offended. If I meet him in an interview and first of all address him as a foolish man, he will get offended. He went ahead to say that if you think that changing personnel changing is going to change Nigeria, that you are deceiving yourself. This man said it in this very video I played, that if you think that personnel changes is the problem of Nigeria, you think that personnel changes will solve the problem, that you are deceiving yourself. And the same this man is today campaigning for a personnel change. This deceiver is campaigning for a personnel change. This man, he opened his mouth and said that even if you like, make an Igbo man president, that the Igbo will continue to suffer in this republic. He was saying this in the national television, recorded. That make an Igbo man a president, that Igbo will continue to suffer more than they have ever suffered in this republic. And today, this man is campaigning for an Igbo presidency. You see why you must not listen to any of these clowns. You see why anybody that comes around you and begin to talk about 2023 election, take your backhand. If the person is close to you, take your backhand and shut that mouth for him. This fool that I just played his video now, I don't know where their brain is. Does he think I have forgotten? Maybe he think he have forgotten, but the records are there. After talking all this jargon, today you see them sending the innocent people to the gallows. These are the people who are encouraging the loss of life of the innocent in Biafra land today. These are people like this who claim to be elites. People like this who claim to be elite, they are the people who are making sure that the military continue to take the life of Biafran people. These are the people who, because of their nonsense, the rubbish they are talking in their mouth, that is why you see the military taking the life of innocent people in that republic, and nobody stands for them. It is because of this kind of people that innocent Oduduwa people are losing their life. Innocent Biafrans are losing their life because of clowns like this who cannot stand in their word. Today they are telling you one thing, the next minute they are saying a different thing. The next minute they are saying a different thing. But our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he has said it, that IPOB established by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, autopiloted under the leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is consistency personified, and there's nothing any man can do to change it. There's nothing anybody can do anywhere to change it. You can't change it. You can't change it. It doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter what you do. You can never ever change it. You can't. You can't change it. No matter how you try, no matter what you do, you cannot change the status quo. You can. You see why every one of us must wake up. You see why we must fight to liberate ourselves. The Oduduwa people, the Biafran people, the Middle Belt, every indigenous tribe in that Zulu Republic, it is time for you to wake up. It is time for you to wake up. Wake up from your sleep. Wake up. Wake up. There's no time for you to begin to blackmail. No time for you to begin to talk trash. The time that we are in, be cautious of time. Be mindful of time. Be mindful of time. This is not the time to gossip. It's not the time to begin to look at your brother, whether he's fighting along or he's not fighting along. It's not the time for you to begin to look at your brother, whether he's the one drawing back or not. The most important is continue to move forward and backward. Anything that stands on your way to Biafra, crush it. The time that we are now, it is not the time for peace. It's the time of war. It is not the time of merriment. It's the time of trouble. It is not the time of sleep. It's the time to stay awake. That is the time that we are in. And wherever you are in Biafra land, you must keep your eyes on the ball. You must keep your eyes on the ball. The enemy that we're up against, they will do everything possible to keep us down. What is left for you? What is your own plan? What is your own game plan? Those of us who are following this footstep of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, if you are a disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, wherever you are on the planet Earth, and you are a disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, from the bottom of your heart, you are sure that you are a disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, this is the time for you to stand up and speak up. Stand up. That thing that Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart to do, start doing it now, not tomorrow. Start doing it. Don't wait for anybody to give you commendation. Don't wait for anybody to promote you. Don't wait for anybody to recommend you. Start doing that thing that Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart to do. Start doing it now, not tomorrow. Start doing it. That is the way to go. That is the way we can free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and that is where we will all be liberated. Every one of us have a role to play. I am doing mine on the media. Broadcasting, you have seen me, I have broadcasted in my sister's platform, Sister Linda. I was in Leader TV show. We hit it out there. I'm still here talking. I still talk on my Facebook pages and in other platform. I stream and I talk with the autopiloted media. This is my own role, and I will play it to the last. If you are the ones that have been praying, if you're one of those who is the prayer group, pray and add fasting to your prayer. Pray more. Pray. There's always strength in prayer. Pray and add fasting to your prayer. If you're one of those who are on the ground fighting, fight more. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Gather yourself together and prepare for the war. If you are one of the ones whom Chukwu Okikabia have blessed financially, today is the Eastern Security Network fundraising. Support the Eastern Security Network. Support. There is a way to pay into the Eastern Network account. Don't even wait on the day of fundraising. Support the Eastern Security Network by all means possible. Any way you can, continue to support them. That is the right thing to do. The time that we are in, it is not the time for you to throw money around and begin to answer big names. It's not the time for you to take chief state title. It is time for you to invest your money where it matters. Why Chukwu Okikabia made you wealthy is because of today. If you're a Biafran and you have money in your hand, if you're a Biafran and you are blessed financially, why Chukwu Okikabia bless you is because of today, what we are in today. ESM fundraising is coming up today. You must go there and register your name. Write your name in gold. Go to the fundraising and write your name in gold. Going to take chieftaincy title is not going to save you. I have played the video of people who had encounter, first-hand encounter with the terrorists. And when it happens to you, you begin to understand the language. If it had not happened to you, you wouldn't understand. And now I am going to play one last video. I'm going to play one last video for you. This video is the suffering of our own sister. What our own sister went through in the hand of the Zoological Republic. She was accused, one sister who has not committed any crime. They accused her of being one of the guardians of the Eastern Security Network. That she's working for Eastern Security Network, and because of that, she was dehumanized for 1 good year. A Biafran sister. The reason why we must fight by all means possible to take ourselves out from this Zoological Republic. I'm going to play that video so that you can hear from this our sister what people are going through in that Zoological Republic. This is just one out of many. This one I'm going to play with you is just a short video, one out of many of what our people are passing through in the hand of the zoo, so that you will know that every single fight we are fighting today, what it this is the time that we're in is a time to liberate ourselves from dehumanization, a time to liberate ourselves from death, a time to liberate ourselves from slavery, a time for us to defend ourselves by all means possible, a time to put our life on the line for Biafra. If you know the value of freedom, you must be ready to put your life on the line. If your freedom doesn't want your life, that means you don't know what you're fighting for. A lot of people have put their life on the line, both men and women, and children included. Even children fought for Biafra, still fighting for Biafra, putting their life on the line. All we ask is for you to stand up and pay attention. We have 127 days to go. In these 127 days to go, there's a lot of things you can do. If you have not started doing something to make sure that Biafra comes, there must be something that you will remember and say, ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing to make sure that this 127 days come to pass? Ask yourself. Have you sat down, sat yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing to make sure that this message of 127 days to go happens? Biafra coming in 2023, what am I? If you ask yourself that question and you don't have an answer, that means you're not in the ship. If you have not started, at least start today. Start today. Go to the fundraising of ESN and put your widow's mite. That is something. If you do it, that is something. There must be something you are doing. There must be something you are doing today. If you ask yourself that question and you can't find one thing that you are doing for Biafra, that means that means you are not following the time. You're not following the time. You must ask yourself, either you are sharing the videos, even as you are sharing the videos, as you're clicking like and you're sharing every information, you're making sure, passing information through sharing videos, making sure that people who don't have access to the internet are getting information. People who are busy are getting information. You send it privately to people and they watch. You are doing something. You are one of those fasting and praying. You are doing something. You are financially blessed and you don't have the time to play or time to. You have to contribute for your freedom, for your unborn children. You are in Biafra land and you are sitting at home, making sure that every order that is being given is being carried out. You are doing something. Ask yourself, as you are watching me and any people who watch in time to come, ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing in this message of Biafra? In the time that we're in, a time to defend Biafra land, a time to actualize Biafra, a time to liberate Biafra. What is my own responsibility and contribution? You must answer that question sincerely and effectively. Only then and then you will begin to see Biafra the way we see it. You begin to see the reality of Biafra. If you are doing nothing, you will not see the reality of Biafra. You will continue to ask questions. What are we doing? You will see somebody, a Biafran, asking me, what do we do to free Nnamdi? A question that you need to answer by yourself. When we say that the struggle is now autopiloted by Chukwu Kabiama, every single Biafran, unless you don't have the blood of Biafra flowing in you, there is something that Chukwu Kabiama is placing in your heart to do to make sure that Biafra comes. That if, as long as you're a Biafran, there is something that Chukwu Kabiama is putting in your heart to do to make sure that Biafra comes. That is the absolute truth that you cannot deny. The only problem is that some of us are still battling with our hearts. You are blessed financially. That blessing that Chukwu Kabiama gave you this month, that money that entered your hand, Chukwu Kabiama gave you that blessing because of you, he wants you to defend your land. He wants you to make a contribution to defend your land by all means possible. There's a reason why Chukwu Kabiama made you financially strong. There's a reason why Chukwu Kabiama made you a prayer warrior. There's a reason why Chukwu Kabiama made you somebody who can speak and bold. There's a reason why Chukwu Kabiama gave you every gift he gave you. And every gift that you have, today is the time for you to apply it. Why we must have to get out of this Isolation Republic. We have become an endangered species. In a nation, in a place that we are supposed to be our home, we are now an endangered species. And they want to wipe us out by all means possible. They are not hiding it. They're not hiding it. And the politicians are helping them for their own selfish interests, thinking that they will be spared. Let me bet you, just like when some people say we'll fight against the politicians, let me tell you, the politicians will be taken out by the Janjaweed themselves. That is why we are not paying attention to them. They are inconsequential and irrelevant. All these politicians that are supporting the One Nigeria, including this our brother Dele Faro to me today, who is now promoting to P2B, One Nigeria is going to send a message to every one of them. This same Nigeria that they are promoting is going to, we don't need to waste our time, energy, and money on them. We don't need to waste our effort and bullet on them. The same people they are protecting, the same Janjaweed they are promoting, we come against them and they will take all of them down. For those of us who already know our enemy, we know our enemy. As I always say, I don't eat with the devil. I don't believe in this issue of eating with the devil with a long spoon. I will not even eat with the devil, let alone talking about using a spoon. I will not give a devil any chance. I won't eat with him, let alone eat with a long spoon. Because the devil, the plan of the devil is the devil has come to steal and to destroy, to kill, to steal and to destroy. That is the only mission Satan has. The only mission Satan has is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. So that you want to eat with him with a long spoon. It doesn't matter how the long spoon is, he's going to get at you. Is it that he's stealing, or he's killing you, or he's destroying you? For me, I wouldn't even come to a table with a Satan. That is why you must stand your ground today to liberate yourself from this captivity. Let us watch this video. What our sister passed through in the hand of the Janjaweed. What our sister passed through simply because she was accused. She's a Biafra. Because she's a Biafra. That is why this our sister passed through hell. I want you to listen to this very testimony of our sister.
Waiting this man they tell us.
I was granted bail on 7th December 2021, and since then I have been there. But they arrested me on 16th February. Since 16th February till December 7th, I have been in police detention. I was granted bail on December 7th. Then on December 8th, they took me to Suleja prison. First of all, start my experience from the day I was arrested. I never knew that I would survive it, because it was like I never knew, you know, something that you haven't had experience before. I never knew that after the torturing, they tortured me as if I'm one of the notorious criminals. Torture, beating, even I had miscarriage of 2 months plus. At a point, one of them started pleading that the blood is too much. One of the police people. I did not even know that what is gushing out is my blood. And yes, no medication, nothing. Even food is just small food once a day. Maybe it may be sour, you know. And if my people want to see me, they will not allow them. If you persist, they will throw you inside the cell too. So it was. I bleeded for 6 good months. I bleeded for 6 good months. No, nothing. If I beg my IPO to please get me, he said I should use my cloth. I should tear my cloth and use it. So it was hell. What do you do with them? They say they take care of the Eastern security people. I haven't seen them before, honestly speaking. I didn't know anything about Eastern security. One of them tracked me because I worked with the African Alliance Insurance PLC. So the person called me and said that he wants to do fixed deposit with me. So then I told him that I'm going to ShopRite to take my lunch. He said that he's coming there. So I never knew. Had it been, I know something is wrong, I would have been, you know. But like say not trap. Yes, not trap. Because how did the person get my number? Though I, as a public servant now, it's very, very much possible. But it's just a trap. But I thank God that I'm still alive.
You have seen it. This is what our sister passed through. She bleeded for good 6 months after she had lost 2 months pregnancy. She had miscarriage. She lost her 2 months pregnancy after much beating and torture by the zoo. Not because she did anything, only because she's a Biafra. And now they accuse her of taking care of the Eastern Security Network. They accuse her of taking care of the Eastern Security Network. Somebody who has not, this lady might not even be a member of IPOB. Might not even be she's not even a family member of IPOB, let alone being Eastern Security Network. Don't look for people to take care of them. But they only identified her because she has an Igbo name. She's an Igbo woman, a pregnant woman. They beat her until she lost the pregnancy. And she bleeded for 6 good months without any treatment whatsoever. And who cares? They don't care. This is what our people are going through in the hand of the zoo. This is just one out of many. This one you saw is just one out of so many. Even as you're watching this video, there are so many of our brothers and sisters that are still going through torture as you're watching. As Mazen Nandekano is going through torture in DSS, so many of our brothers and sisters are still going through torture. And you want me to sit back and continue to watch? I will not sit back and continue to watch. 127 days, all these stories will come to an end. All this killing, all this dehumanization, we will bring it to an end. It's not going to be an easy task, but we have to do it once and for all. Mazen Nandekano told us, they will kill us, we will kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come, because Biafra is the only key. It is only Biafra that will make us to be treated like human being. That is why when I talk about Biafra, I don't think about anything. That is the only way you will have hope of a good life. That is the only way. When you see people talking about security, the only time you can have security is when you have Biafra. Once they conduct that referendum, the Oduduwa will be in their place. Oduduwa will secure their borders and territory. Oduduwa will know the people who are there. If I'm traveling to Oduduwa land, I will register myself with my passport and my visa. They will know where I'm coming from and my name. If they issue me a visa to come in, I come in and respect their laws. The same way in Biafra land, we will know people who are coming in and we will protect our borders. Except you do that, talking about security, you are wasting your garden time. That is why in the time that we are in, is not the time of talking and begging and begging. We have begged for many years. Nobody's listening. You see our sister crying, telling her stories. We have told these stories of the Biafran people. Nobody's paying attention. We have sent these videos to international community. They're not doing anything. Amnesty International have our videos of the confessions and trials and cryings of our Biafra and dead bodies. The Amnesty International is doing nothing. International communities, United Nations have seen our complaints. We have sent complaints on videos written in person. Mazen Nandekano have gone to make a complaint. Still, they turn a blind eye. United States have had our complaint. They turn a blind eye. Name it, which country in the planet Earth that haven't had the story of Biafran people? But every one of them turned a blind eye. That is why we have come to the last solution. It is you, it is me that will redeem ourselves. This is about interest. Every international community you see, they are protecting their own interest. You have to protect your own interest. I remember when Donald Trump came to the United Nations, he said, America first. Donald Trump in United Nations, he said, America first, that he is going to put America first. You from your own country, put your own country first. The only country that I'm going to put first today is Biafra. Oduduwa person will put Oduduwa first. Arewa person will put Arewa first. Middle Belters will put their own first. If you are a Biafran and you are not putting yourself first, you are as good as dead. And we don't have your time. We are not begging you. Neither are we telling. We are only telling you our strategies for you not to be taken unawares. For you not to say we didn't tell you. And there's no amount of things you do, no amount of business you have in the zoo that will make us to begin to say, oh, we'll not do this because of this. No. We won't. As long as Mazen Nandekano remain in DSS, we are going to fight to bring him out. And the only way we will fight to bring him out and give him a permanent freedom is by getting Biafra. And in getting Biafra, the roadmap I made, election has become a history in Biafra land. You can never ever conduct election in Biafra land anymore. The only thing that can be conducted in Biafra land is a referendum. Referendum, and people will decide where they want to be. They will decide their fate. Referendum, that is the only thing that will be conducted in Biafra land. Referendum and nothing else. And then, if they choose to conduct it peacefully, everybody will go. If they don't want to conduct it and they want to take it by force, there's no problem. For us, Biafran, we are ready. The kingdom of God suffered violent. Only the violent won't take it by force. In the present Biafra that we are in, we are ready to take the bull by the horn. And if you think it's a joke, no problem. Keep thinking. I thank Shukwu Kabion, it's a matter of days. It is not a matter of years. 127 days to go. And from November, tomorrow, next morning, you're going to be seeing things happening. Memos have been sent to all Biafra land. Our men on the ground are capable, more than capable and ready. People have people have given their life. That is why I am telling you that is watching. There must be something you are doing. There are people who have sacrificed their own life, and many people are willing to lay their life down for Biafra. Remember, Mazen Nanekano used to say that when we march, that if the caliphate give us 20 suicide bombers, that we are going to give them 100. And it is not a joke. There are many people that are ready to lay down their life for Biafra. This is the time for sacrifice. Ask yourself, what are you ready to sacrifice for Biafra coming? That is the question. What are you ready to? Every one of us must not be on the war front. There will be people on the media. There will be people who will be supporting by their finance. Today, Eastern Security Network fundraising will be conducted today. Go there and register your name. This Eastern Security Network fundraising is going to register your name. It is the right thing to do. It is the right investment to do. That is why Chukwu Okakabema gave you that money in your hand. That is why he placed that money in your hand, because of what is happening today. Do not hesitate. Today we are dealing with human. We know the people are dealing with. Master Simon Epa, you can call in there. Ask him any question. Ask him. Every single contribution you make, you will see it, the effect in your own eyes. Only for the space of 1 year, you have seen the changes. You have seen the target. You have seen the boldness in him. It is not easy for one to come out and tell you when Biafra will come and give you with dates, working with date and time. Only a bold person can do that. For Master Simon Epa to come out with that boldness to give you time, 127 days to go. If you don't make your contribution to support Biafra, it means you are not human. If you do not make contribution to support Biafra struggle, it means you are not human. This is a fight that has been coming for more than 13 years. Mazen and Nekana have been pushing this. And we got to where we are today, counting days. And all you got to do is to be fighting against the actualization of Biafra. Keep on fighting. 6 feet is going to be your height. Very, very soon. Everything that we stand against Biafra, we are going to crush it from A to Z. It doesn't matter what it is. It will be crushed. I want you to remember the time that we are in. We are in a critical time. A time to liberate Biafra land. And it's going to be liberated by all means possible. Ask yourself, what are you doing to make sure that the actualization of Biafra happen in 2023? That is the question you have to go home with. If you cannot find an answer to that question. What am I doing for the actualization of Biafra? And as you get the answer, you will now begin to see the reality of 127 days. A lot of things are already happening. More is going to happen tomorrow and next tomorrow. All you got to do is to pay attention. If you're in Biafra land, pay attention to the time that we are in. Pay attention. Do not ignore anything. Pay attention. Pay attention. Don't allow anybody. Pay attention. Don't allow anybody to fool you. Pay attention to the time that we are in. Pay attention. That's the only way you can be able to overcome the challenges that we are facing. Thank you, my brother. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the stream.
Yeah, True Survivor. Thank you very much. I appreciate your good work you are doing.
Thank you so much.
Let me just come and say hello and hi to you. Towards the Eastern Security Network fundraising today, please. I will not be part of it, but I have already done my own donation because I will be at work by then. So I already do my own donation this morning. So because I won't be having time because I will do it by, maybe I will be by emergency work. So I just want to tell you, please continue your good work. You are doing good. Everybody has the area where he wanting or wanting. You have to have something you have to contribute. You have to have something that you touch to solve. That Biafra is not coming. What is your own contribution? What will you do? That's a good question somebody have to ask himself. What will I do? What will be my help? How do I render help towards this our new nation? If it is the you are doing in media, continue. If you're on the ground, please put more effort. If you have money, if you are giving 100, try to put 200. No,
exactly.
Let us increase so that we could get this Biafra. We are counting in days. We are not counting in years again. We are counting in days. We will do everything humanly possible to make sure that we get our own nation. No, we are staying in abroad for years with your kids and everything. You can't go home. You can't go home. Where are you taking them to? The kids you born here, they have nothing. They're born with electricity, good road and water, and you are taking them to the village where there's no road, no water. How do you think they could go back there again? So we are suffering. We are suffering. So I do everything, anything I could do to make sure that Biafra will come. I will do it. And I have told someone that when the time comes, I know the area I will participate. Because when I was in Nigeria, I served the zoo. I was once in the Nigerian military. I served them before and I resigned and I travel. So there's area I will participate. Time will come when I will come. I have contacted many people and we will come and we will fight it. This is our Biafra. We will not allow no other person. It has been on our own shoulder and we are going to carry the cross. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much.
Yes.
May continue to bless you, continue to guide you and protect you. You have spoken very well. Just exactly what I'm telling people. You must not even wait until the day of fundraising. The link is there for you to make a contribution. From yesterday, people are doing it. Look at my brother. He has done his already. It's not compulsory. You can do it silently where nobody sees. Write your name in gold. Write your name in gold. That question is very important. Once you can be able to answer that question within yourself, nobody need to preach to you. It is no longer time to begin to beg people, do this. It is our responsibility, collective responsibility, to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. You're not just doing it for Mazin Nandekano. You're not doing it for Simon Ekpa. You are doing it for yourself.
I'm doing it for myself.
Exactly. As I'm broadcasting, spending my time going places to, it is for myself. I'm not doing that. Maybe I'm doing it for somebody. Or it's a big burden for me. It is my own burden. I'm carrying my own cross.
Yes.
That is how every one of us should be seeing this struggle. And it's not even a struggle. We are now in liberation. In this liberation stage, if you have not done something, that means it's only Chukwu Okikabia knows what you're waiting for. Only Chukwu Okikabia knows what you're waiting for if you have not started doing something now. Because it is clear. Today we know people we are dealing with. You can't tell me maybe you are dealing with people you don't trust, or maybe they will do you for one another, whatever. For this 1 year plus, this 1 year that Master Simon ever have carried on up to now, we can see things that have been achieved with little resources.
Yes, man. We are seeing it.
A lot. So why won't you support? Why won't you make your own contribution? Why?
I believe people will respond today. I believe people will respond. People will respond.
They will. They will, my brother. People are responding. I used to tell people, I say, in the struggle of Biafra, that is why I used to explain to people when we talk about autopilot. Autopilot is just Chukwu Okikabia in charge. Whether you do it or you don't do it, Chukwu Okikabia will go. The way he told that he's going to raise stone to praise him if you don't praise him. The same way, he will raise people, even an enemy, to fund the struggle of Biafra, and Biafra will come. That we are telling you to participate for you to take the part in the blessing. Write your name in gold. Whether you do it or you don't do it, Chukwu Okikabia himself is going to raise it by himself. Already people are coming out. Even people you never believe that they will talk about Biafra, they are coming on board.
Yes, man.
They are coming on board.
We need it. Everybody need it. Everybody need it because the suffering in Nigeria is too much. The suffering there is too much. Look at everywhere is tension in Nigeria. The terrorists attack everywhere. How can people live in a country like that? How can we live with that kind of people in a nation? Disintegration is must, but let us go. Let's go and leave them. Let them continue in their one Nigeria and kill themselves. Let them continue with their suicide bombers and all of them. We are going.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Continue.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. May people come and bless you. Thank you so much. So you see what I'm saying? You have to go and answer your own name. I thank everybody who has participated in this very broadcast. Any place you are connecting from, any place you have joined the broadcast from, whichever part of the world you have connected from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. Every Biafran in the planet Earth, any place you are in Biafra land, mainly people in Biafra land, I am praying for them every day because they are the people who are facing the challenges. People in Biafra, they are the people who are facing the attack firsthand. I pray for them every minute of the day. I pray for them. Please, every one of us should put our hands on deck. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every Biafra and defend us. Our men on the ground, Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect them. Chukwu Okike Abiama will build a wall of fire around our men on the ground. No evil shall befall them. Mazi Simon Ekpa, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to strengthen him. Our Umuada, Madam Honorable Azuka, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect her and secure her. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to direct everything that we are doing and make sure that we get into Biafra land very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our Sunni Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him, keep him safe. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No matter what they do, no matter what they do, we will continue to fight this battle until Biafra comes. And even after Biafra have come, we will not relent in fighting. We will continue to fight. We will continue to speak up. We will continue to stand for Biafra until the last minute when we will all celebrate in Biafra land. We will all rejoice, put our heads together and rejoice in Biafra land. Nobody should relent in our effort. And if you think you can stand on the weight of the Biafran people, if you think you will be the one to distract the struggle, I want you to listen to this, finally, before we go.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere.
Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme.
And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back.
We are live and we are direct. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. I tell you the truth. I don't care who you are. I don't care
who you are. I have become your last bus stop. And said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra comes. ichigo munu pakike mu munyunu ni te ana me sinu de unu ga no gede ya raso
and what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you who have been patient with me up to this time. See you again tomorrow, same time, by the special grace of Chukwu Okariama. Please try and join the fundraising. Join. If you have a time, join. Can join and meet your own support. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.